Good morning. I'm Tom McGrady, the Chief Judge in our circuit. The videos that you just watched emphasized your importance to our nation's court system and what you can expect if you're called as a juror today. I hope I can have your attention for a couple more minutes to stress one very important point, that cases are to be decided only upon testimony and evidence that's presented in the courtroom. If you're chosen for a jury, it is stated, and it will be stated many times, that you may not have any communication with anyone about the case. You may not even discuss the case among your fellow jurors until you've begun deliberation, after all the evidence has been presented and all the testimony has been heard. And then you will be instructed on the law by the judge. Until that time, please do not discuss the case among yourselves or with anyone else. In order to make sure that decisions are based entirely on what you hear and see in the courtroom, it is imperative that you set aside the technological devices that have become part of all of our lives. The principal concepts that rule our trials have been around long since before we had cell phones and Blackberries and iPods and laptops and electronic devices. These devices can be fun. They allow us to stay in touch with our family and friends and even strangers. And they can be valuable education tools. But I'm sure I don't have to tell you that there's a lot of incorrect information that flows through these devices. Tweets, blogs, texts, emails, and online research are incompatible with fair trials. Even though you've not been selected as a juror, there are some strict rules that you must follow about using your electronic devices. You must not use any device to search the internet or to find out anything related to any of the cases in the courthouse. Between now and when you've been discharged from jury duty, you must not provide or receive any information about your jury service to or from anyone, including friends, co-workers, and family members. You may tell those who need to know that you are here and that you've been called to jury duty. If you are picked for a jury, you may tell people that you've been selected and how long your case may take. However, you must not give anyone any information about the case itself or the people involved in the case. You must also warn people not to try to say anything to you or write to you about your jury service or the case. This includes face-to-face, phone, or computer communications. In this age of electronic communications, I want to stress that you must not use electronic devices or computers to communicate or read about the case. This means no tweeting, texting, blogging, emailing, posting information on a website, a social networking page, or a chat room, or any other means at all. Do not send or accept any messages, including email and text messages, about your jury service. You must not disclose your thoughts about your jury service or ask for advice on how to decide any case. After you are called to the courtroom, the judge will give you specific instructions about these matters. All of us are depending upon you to follow these rules so that there will be a fair and lawful resolution of every case. Failure to comply may result in serious problems, such as improper verdicts, mistrials, jury decisions being overturned by appellate courts, or even contempt of court rulings. Not only do such outcomes negate the work and service of jurors like you, they place a heavier burden on our courts and increased cost on you and our other tax-paying citizens. I am sure that you agree with me that convicting one innocent person or letting one guilty person go free because of what you heard or read from someone not connected with the system tarnishes the reputation of our country's guarantee of a fair trial. These rules are so important that rather than have them read to you by someone else, I am delivering this message as the Chief Judge. So please join me in ensuring that everyone gets a fair trial and decision is based on the evidence presented in the courtroom. For a short time, you will need to forego use of your electronic devices except for the very limited purposes of communicating your whereabouts and the anticipated length of your jury service. Again, thank you for your attention, and thank you for your willingness to serve as jurors here today. Everyone here in the Sixth Circuit appreciates your willingness to be here and to serve. All right, let me just tell you a couple good things about your jury service. In the old days, and that wasn't that long ago, if you were called to a jury service, you served for an entire week. And that could be more than one trial heard during that week. We have now gone to one trial, one day. So if you're picked for a trial, you will finish that trial and then your service is done. If you are not chosen for a jury today, your service is done. If you were called to federal court, you're called for 4 weeks of jury service. And you have to call in every morning to see if you need to go to Tampa to go serve as a juror. So as with regard to these electronic devices, the clerk has been kind enough to provide a computer for you in the break room. This is a great service, but it's not one to be abused. If you are in federal court, you can't even bring cell phones into the building, and that doesn't matter whether you're a juror, a lawyer, or anyone else. There are no cell phones, there are no Blackberries, there is no computer available to you. This is a convenience for you, but again, we ask that you not abuse it in any way, and make sure that whatever case that you're called on, that they get a fair trial based solely on the evidence that you will hear and see in the courtroom. Again, thank you. I hope you enjoy your service, and good luck to all of you. Thank you.